In a forest far, far away that exists really only in our imagination, we see two goblins hiding out, just staring at a very bizarre sight. But before we get to the sight, the camera kind of focuses on these two goblins. And what exactly do we see when we look at these two goblins, boys? Introduce yourselves.
We see Weehawk, a hunter slash explorer for the Goblin tribe, well known for his ability to protect the tribe against threats, and also recognized by the uh, bird's nest hat that he wears as a part of his camouflage kit.
Fantastic. And next to Weehawk, we see another goblin, similar size, but very different looking. What does he look like?
You see a small little green-skinned, just ruffian. He is just pretty rough looking. He's got some burn marks all over him. He's got a small pistol in one hand and a shield in the other. And his name is Osnick.
And as
Exile,
Osnick,
basically.
and as Osnick and Weehawk stare at a very bizarre sight that once again we're gonna get to, Osnick can't help but think, ugh, I hate Mondays. As he thinks back to earlier that morning when he and many of his goblin brethren gathered together for their weekly meeting. However, this weekly meeting was a little bit different because they had a brand new leader. A leader who Weehawk and Osnick actually liked a whole lot. This guy's name was Ferbert. And Ferbert was a bugbear, of all things.
Oh.
They had a hobgoblin, they had a few goblins, and they even at one point had a warg for like 5 minutes, but they've never had a bugbear leader. You were very excited to see kind of the direction that Ferbert was leading the tribe. And you can remember back now to that morning meeting, he was talking about some business with a dwarf and had sent people off to do that. But now he got to you guys, said, my good goblin friends, I'm so glad that we're striving for equity, equality, and all sorts of inclusion here. And I know that you normally don't go outside for assignments, but gosh darn it, fellas, I think you deserve your very own chance. So there's a little bit of a skerfuffle going on out in the forest with the sprites, and I need you guys kind of settle that down. It's just, you see, it's causing all the animals to stay away from that general area, and we need kind of quiet, not loudness. You guys get me. You're smart goblins. Ah, yeah, you got me. And so, well, get out there, you little scamps.
Yes,
and
sir.
So,
Whatever you say, boss.
and
He
as
gives
you
kind of like a limp handshake, a limp
Just a
salute.
limp salute. Eh.
you as you give these just very dutiful but limp salutes with that and with broad smiles across your dumbstruck and innocent faces, you walk out to the bush to confront the issue that Ferbert had told you about in some rather explicit detail. Now, it's been a rough few days. You know, the guy who was in charge before, Gary, well, he was nice, but he wasn't that strong. So when Ferbert broke his neck, it was kind of rough for a few hours. But then when Ferbert explained why and how he thought he'd make a better leader, you know, you kind of come around to it. And so, so far, if you had to rank your day out of 5, it'd be like a 4. And so you get to a clearing in this forest. It's lush green, trees everywhere. You're hiding out in bushes. The norm. Again, it's a Monday.
It's a goblin life for me.
It is totally a goblin life for you.
It's a goblin's life for me. I'm staring at a tree.
Now, this is different than what you boyos have done before. You're being sent out to do what honestly is kind of scout work, kind of top of the line stuff. What were you doing? What was your kind of life before being sent out to just do some, you know, for lack of a better term, upper echelon duties?
Yes, proper work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Osnick was always experimenting with whatever kind of explosives he could get his hands on and just creating little knickknacks and doodads wherever he could. Just anything he can get his hands on, just mash it together with something else, see what it does.
Weehawk is pretty used to this kind of work, being a hunter and scout, keeping an eye out for any of the larger races that like to come and either fight goblins to get them away from their territory or just to take their stuff, depending on which big folk you're talking about.
Absolutely. Well, this assignment, needless to say, is very different than anything you boys have taken before. You walk probably about a mile away from your wonderful little home at Maw Crag Cave. And as you draw closer and to the direction that you were pointed, you hear a and it gets louder and louder.
A what now?
Just
Is it a rave?
It's just like a drums and bass kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly that. And as you get closer, the ground like starts to shake every time it goes down. And by the time you see what it is, you can't hear each other think. You can't hear yourselves think either, which is really inconvenient. You see several small little flecks dancing and shooting little magical sparks down at a tortoise. And this tortoise has a very shiny shell. And every time a light is shot at the tortoise, it redirects in a different direction, almost brighter than it was before. And these small lights, you see one of them kind of has a little like instrument in their hand, and they're just having a grand old time. But it is loud, boy. You knew sprites were annoying. You didn't realize they were this annoying. Your job, gentlemen, is to break up this sprite rave.
I'm picturing very much the, if you've ever seen the SpongeBob episode where the jellyfish has a rave in SpongeBob's house.
Oh my gosh. I've never seen SpongeBob, fun fact. Never, yeah.
Well, then.
I know, it's weird. I feel like I missed out on a huge part of everyone else's childhood.
Not that much. It's fine. I grew up with PBS, so I didn't get the SpongeBob childhood.
Yeah, I was watching Arthur and Dragon Tales and all that fun stuff. Yeah.
Me too. I attained SpongeBob via VHS tapes.
Nice.
But you better bet I wore those VHS tapes out.
I remember as a kid watching PBS, I was like, like the older kids show was Fetch with Ruffman. And I was always so hyped when that came on.
Yes, oh my gosh.
I remember when that show first started.
Just to show our age here real quick. Yeah.
Anyway, there are several sprites dancing and shooting lasers at this tortoise who's honestly kind of driving with it too. But you've been told to put this out. And if you come back, Ferbert was real nice at first, but he did crack the other guy's neck open.
Yeah. So it seems that there might be a kind of,
like my head parts exactly where they are, right?
Yeah, my neck bones are in the perfect alignment. I just saw my goblin chiropractor. Let's see. So Weehawk, you ever encountered these kind of sprites before? Or is this a new thing for you?
Once or twice. I've never had to interact with them.
Yeah, I ain't never seen one of these before.
Yeah, no, this part is definitely new to me.
And I know I'm talking about it. I should be yelling at you right now, but I'm not going to do that for the sake of the audio.
Yeah.
Sprites, yes. Turtles, definitely. But this is new.
As you're like just huddled down there, a few sprites float past you, and one kind of falls on your shoulder, Osnick, and it's like this little like blonde-haired male sprite. And you kind of see that he has like a little like I think the bluebell flower, and some liquid spills out of it. And he's like, "Oh man, what a party! I think I'm gonna be. Oh my gosh!" Ugh! And there's just a little splat of blue vomit on you before he floats away.
I gotta flick him off my shoulder.
But they seem to be those ones were going home, so they didn't really take notice of you.
Okay.
But there is still just an obnoxiously righteous rave going on.
If we get closer, as I start to just quietly approach, do they take notice, or they just kind of keep doing what they do?
You poke your head up, and nothing seems to change. If you want to step out of the bush, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I am what do you think, Weehawk? Like stepping out of the bush and just kind of marching towards the center of there.
Walk towards them.
Yeah, make a who's walking first?
Sounds like Weehawk.
Yeah.
Weehawk, make make a strength saving throw.
Not strength. We're goblins. We're gerblins. We
I
ain't
do
got
at least
strength.
have proficiency in that.
Oh, that's nice.
That
Mine's
would
a
be
plus
an-
0.
That would be an 18.
Woo!
Oh, my
Rolls
dog
are hot tonight, gentlemen.
Yeah,
my
right.
dog just pooped on the mat.
Oh no.
Well, that beats this sprite's 5. You hear you feel a small poke against your chest, and you look down, and this little goblin is just blue hair, kind of spiked up, with a little like pointed up nose, just kind of is looking at you like, "What are you doing?
He's a
Oh,
punk
come on
sprite.
home."
Weehawk just looks down at
Oh,
him.
how
He's
was on
like-
the tussle?
He
Kind of-
closes his eyes and just like lets loose an exasperated sigh. He's like, all right, it's time to break it up. Break it up, everybody. He just picks up the turtle
Whoa, whoa,
and is just
whoa,
holding it on his arm.
As you do so, the sprite in front of you, the sprite bouncer, as it seems, charges towards you with his sword. Does a 14 hit?
No.
So it's almost like a toothpick has been broken on your chest. As the sprite kind of charges, you're like, oh, oh no. And do you want to retaliate against this sprite? I mean, honestly, his real weapon he just used against you, and it just broke. But at the same time, you're a goblin, and there's sin in your heart.
There's goblins.
Everyone
in my
knows
heart.
of the total depravity of goblins.
Of course, Gulip. You know.
Gulip.
I think what Weehawk would do in this situation is grab the sprite
Yeah.
and then tie him with some string to an arrow and then just fire it off into the distance.
All right. In order to do that, and it sounds like a fine plan, you're gonna have to grab the goblin. Grab the sprite.
Don't grab the goblin. I'm right here.
Right.
Don't,
Yeah. Make basically an attack roll, a melee attack, but basically be grappling him instead of killing him.
Okay.
Yep.
So may I make that attack with dexterity since I'm trying to grab a fast-moving object?
Sure.
Dope.
Actually, no.
Yeah.
According to
Okay.
D&D rules, it has to be strength. He can choose dexterity.
Okay.
So.
Good
Okay.
news. Good news. It's probably not that strong.
Yeah, I still got a 14, so
Oh, and he got an
Jeez.
8. So he starts to fly away, and you do that 2005 animated film with a small flying person thing, where you
Just
catch him.
grab.
Yeah, you catch him right as he gets close enough to the screen for the 3D effect to feel cool, and yeah, you have him by the legs. He's like, "Let me go!"
Also, how big is the turtle?
The turtle is
Is this like a Galapagos turtle, or what kind of turtle are we
yeah,
talking
like
here?
you can pick it up, but it doesn't. It's not
okay.
it's not like a monster-sized turtle. It's a significantly sized turtle.
It's a good tortoise.
Okay,
Yeah, it's a tortoise. Yeah, that's a good word. Good invention.
okay. All right, I just set the tortoise back down so I can use my other hand.
Oh, I didn't know. Wait, you had picked the tortoise up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I was yelling at everybody to break it up, I just picked the tortoise up so the lights would stop bouncing off of its shell.
Oh, you didn't make it that far yet. You're still
We're still making your
Oh,
way.
okay.
yeah. Sorry.
Okay, never mind that. Just ignore that I was holding the turtle, and
Hey,
we'll just continue with tying the sprite to an arrow.
hey, Weehawk.
Get off me.
Yeah,
Do we
what
need
is it?
do we need these sprites, or can I just take them out?
Well, let me show you what I was gonna do. And he just ties it to an arrow, and then just draws back, and just fires it off above the tree line.
So that's a no to the sprites. Then got it. Where are they all grouped around the turtle still?
I feel like at this point they've all turned around and are just staring at you slack-jawed.
Okay, perfect. Osnick's gonna cast Tosh's Caustic Brew, which is a stream of acid emanates from me in a line 30 feet long and 5 feet wide. All of them need to make a dex saving throw or be covered in acid.
Nat 20, 21, and 23. Oh, the tortoise.
Oh, the poor tortoise. I'm sorry, tortoise. It's fine.
The tortoise does not make it.
Oh no.
Tortoises are not known for having high dexterity.
No.
That's true.
But, I mean, how much damage does it do?
2d4 every turn.
Oh, well. He's just sizzling, and like the sheen that was on his shell is like wearing off pretty rapidly. It's just sizzling, and unfortunately, tortoises have a lot of HP, so it's just kind of sitting there.
He's
sizzling.
just getting tortured. Oh no!
Yeah, you just hear like a low screech just
oh no
emulating out from this tortoise, and all the sprites start like running around and trying to perform healing spells on it, which they do. Really successfully.
Bad Taurus.
And I don't know if you guys do anything while they're just like trying to not.
No, we're just kind of. I mean, the rave has stopped, so that's good.
Right.
Hello.
Step 1 complete.
And after a minute, they turn back towards you, looking very angry.
Yeah, that's fine. I figured they would be. Yeah.
I think it's straight up time to roll for initiative, boys.
Oh jeez.
Initiative, boys.
Did they all dodge the acid?
All the sprites did, yeah.
Jeez. I guess they are dexterous.
That would be a 20 for initiative.
That's 11 for me. Dude, your rolls are on fire tonight.
Yeah. Well, I have +4 to initiative. I rolled
that
16.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, since we've started this scenario, I have rolled a 16, a 14, and another 16.
Absolutely absurd.
All right, Weehawk, you see there are really just 3 sprites left in front of you, and they're looking very angry and clearly aiming at you with their crossbows. Short bows. No pun intended.
Okay. Roughly how big is a sprite?
Yeah, how big
I guess
are we talking?
probably should have
So, like,
asked
this
that
big?
before.
They
Like
are
4 inches?
tiny.
4 inches?
Okay. They're are actually small enough for me to tie to an arrow and shoot into space.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I look at their tiny little short bows and I just lift my goblin-sized bow up and just point it at them. I'm gonna go for an intimidation check.
I like it.
All right, make an intimidation check then.
Okay, it's not my best stat, but that is a 15.
15. One will kind of be like, "See you guys, I'm out," and kind of dip out. But the other 2 are staying strong, and they're like, "For Willie." They're saying "For Willie."
Oh, is that the name of the turtle?
You don't know.
I'm gonna infer that.
Roll for a name guess.
There's two beings
Willie.
it could be. You got a 50-50 chance.
Right.
You're guessing it's the turtle.
So that is my action, right?
It's either that or
it is.
or it's the fairy you fired off into the horizon.
Yeah,
Exactly. They're both going to aim at you. Will a 17 hit?
It will, yes.
All right. You take 1 piercing damage, and then make a Constitution saving throw for me as like a little toothpick hits your shoulder.
Okay. Oof, that's a 6 for the Constitution saving throw.
A 14 doesn't hit you, does it?
No, it doesn't.
All right. So then one just kind of cracks, one just hits you in the forehead and is just kind of slightly annoying, but it doesn't break skin. The other one does break skin, and you basically have a toothpick in your shoulder. And you start to stagger a little bit.
Uh-oh.
You good, Weehawk?
You're feeling a little bit dizzy. And it is now Osmond's turn.
He just kind of like wobbles about.
He's doing his idle animation.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Something is not right here.
Did they get you with their fairy magic?
It's like, it feels like something.
Oh dear. They got him drunk.
They're now actively floating around you guys. It is now Osnick's turn.
Osnick's turn. Here we go. Let's see.
And Weehawk, you're on deck.
My dog is also going because he saw something outside. He's barking furiously right now.
It's okay. Mine pooped inside, so.
Yeah, right. +1 for dogs on both.
Son.
Oh yeah, gotta love them. Let's see. I get. I'm just gonna go grab the turtle. I'm gonna move through them. They're gonna take their opportunity attacks if they want, but I'm gonna go grab that turtle.
They are. and they will both hit because both of them break 20. Take 2 points of piercing damage, and then make 2 Constitution saving throws.
2 con checks. Oh man, let's see. What is my con bonus? Oh, good. I'm proficient in con. That's good. It's gonna be 22 and 17.
Okay, sweet. You're not feeling dizzy. You kind of have that again 2005 Disney musical feel where it's like there's magic dust sprinkling around your face, but then you just shake it off and you're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I sneeze and they run away. Yeah. Okay, so I go pick up the turtle.
Okay.
You is it still covered in acid?
Make another Constitution saving throw.
That one's gonna be 13.
Okay, yeah, it does, but you avoided it.
Okay, cool. I grabbed the non-acid parts.
You're an artificer. You've worked with some chemicals in your day.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna cast. How many pounds is this turtle?
It's pretty significantly large. I'd say probably 50 pounds.
Oh, that's too heavy. Dang it. Okay.
It probably is most of your turn just to pick it up because it's not like a little boy.
I was gonna cast catapult on it, but that's only up to 5 pounds.
No. Yeah.
Alas. Okay. Let's see. In that case,
you kind of hike it up like this, and so your hands are occupied. Yeah. I don't know if you could really cast a spell at this moment, honestly.
I will put it back down on its back.
I thought you might. You do this to this poor turtle, and the sprites are going to take their legendary action.
Wait, what?
Look at me, look at me. I'm the DM now. And they're both going to attack.
Oh, no, he's serious.
Does a 18 and a 17 hit?
I've got 19, so no.
You just feel like, boop, boop, and you turn around and they're like,
just bounce off.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it is Weehawk's turn. Weehawk, can you make me another con save for me?
Absolutely. Let's see. That is an 8.
You fall to your knees. You still have an action, though, but make it with disadvantage.
Great. Well, I don't have anything that gets rid of poison, unfortunately. I guess I'm gonna take out. Let's see, how far away are the sprites from me? I guess they're probably about.
They're on me, so whatever that means.
Yeah,
they're probably about 10 feet from you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and shoot at one.
Okay.
It's like you
roll with disadvantage.
You dirty sprites. Disadvantage. That is gonna be a 17 still.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah. You hit.
I have a hot +8 to hit with my bow.
You gotta shoot it, and you just see like a poof, a little golden poof as there's now only one sprite. And it is now the sprite's turn.
I was trying to be non-lethal, but now that they poisoned me, that's just out the window.
Go away, sprites.
He's just mumbling this to himself. And out the window.
Out the window.
The sprite turns to you and just mutters some curses in Spritish and takes his sword out and he charges for you.
Right for the eyeball.
He rolls a 11. Does that hit?
Nope.
He
it's kind of...
His sword plunges to your forehead and just snaps on your forehead.
Oh man. See, I almost feel bad. I almost feel bad.
It is now Osnick's turn.
We look at the sword. It's not even made out of metal. It's like one of those plastic swords.
It's a margarita sword.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm gonna start trying to take a rag and wipe off the acid of this turtle.
What'd you say?
I'm gonna take a rag and try to wipe the acid off this turtle.
It looks up at you and goes, ah! And it is now your turn, Weehawk. And Weehawk, your ward goes black as you pass out.
Oh no!
Right.
And the
Make it
sprite,
that save.
Yeah, I look up and see him fall over. I'm like, oh, you've done it now.
and the sprite walks kind of. You feel like tiny feet on your face, and then you see a sprite open up your eyeball.
Oh my gosh.
Osnick, you see a small, like, just spraying of blood coming from your ally, as a small sprite sobs and flies away. And you're out of initiative.
Yeah, I go run over to Weehawk here, and I take an assessment of him. I'm like, you good, buddy? You good? I start shaking him. Is your eye still there?
Weehawk does not respond, but he's still breathing. But he's not responding. However, there is a small, like, toothpick or something in his eye.
Yeah, I'll take that out.
Like, directly in his cornea.
Or... Oh, good.
Yeah.
You want me to do a medicine check to take that out, or what do you want to do for the...
Yeah, do a medicine check.
Yeah, let's try
As you kind of assess the situation.
Ooh,
the turtle...
I'm sorry. It's going to be a 9.
Ew. Yeah,
you take out the toothpick, and you look down, and you're like, oh. And you look up, and the eye is still attached to the toothpick.
How good was this toothpick?
Just some magic toothpicks.
Good news and bad news, right? Where
Little known fact about sprites, they're actually super good at making toothpicks.
Yeah, who knew?
But that being said, yes, you're. There's good news and bad news in the situation. Obviously, bad news. Totally out.
Yeah.
Good news. Can't feel it. Unconscious.
Yes. Also, toothpick. Totally out. And problem solved.
Yeah, so I remove the eyeball from the toothpick fully, and then I try to shove the eye back in his socket.
Unfortunately, he is magically asleep, so he does not wake up. I'm not even joking.
I shoved the eyeball back in there.
Probably extremely thankful for that.
I will say that by the time about 5 minutes has passed and you wake up, you're both covered in goblin blood. And I'm just curious.
Oh, this failed.
Weehawk, you see like half of Osnick's face.
That's how vision works.
My depth perception is messed up.
You go for the high five and it just doesn't connect.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're in a fair amount of pain. Roll a Constitution save for me.
Okay.
Is there a tribe healer?
Constitution is letting me down. That is a 10. I know Cure Wounds as one of my ranger spells.
Oh, fantastic.
Nice.
Well, you take 4 points of psychic damage just from this whole situation.
Take four points of eye damage.
That's like the eye. That's like the pain and the horror of all this happening.
Yeah, right.
Coming together.
Yeah.
That being said, you're down one eye, but the mission's done. And that's a win in someone's book.
Is there a tribe healer we can bring you back to where they can reattach your eye?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah. What's his name?
The tribe healer?
Yeah.
Did he tell us the name? Do we remember it?
I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, I thought you were just having us name him. Gruznik.
Gruznik, yeah.
Yeah, old Gruznik.
Gruz, we call him.
Some call him Gruz, some call him Nick.
Gruzzy. Good old Gruzzy.
Gruznik.
Just don't call him late to dinner.
There is a healer, though, that you can bring him back to, and this has happened before. Not to you. But...
Not to me, certainly.
Yeah, I would remember. I'm pretty sure I would remember if this has happened to me before. Just,
At the very least, you know that Gruzzy has some good eye patches.
Minimally, we can cover that nonsense up.
Yeah. There was another goblin named One-Eyed Joey.
What a name.
Yeah, as you can imagine, one eye, and he had a cool eye patch, and he died a while ago. So
you got to take his other eye.
Well, he's dead.
Ah.
Yeah, I know. Well,
oh, yeah, I remember him.
Game-wise, I think it's fair to say that you have disadvantage on perception, but For right now, you're free to make your way back or to continue gallivanting around, whichever you please.
I think we'll get you back to get you healed.
I'm getting this eye fixed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever shot a bow before, but you kind of need to be able to see.
Yeah, top priority is fixing this eye, that's for sure.
It's kind of my whole thing is being able to look at things and then
see
put
where they
arrows
are
in them.
Yeah, from a distance. Yeah. I want to stab them at length.
Yeah. It's what we call long-range stabbing.
We got them long-range stabs here.
All right. Where was I?
Going back to the camp healer.
Yeah, we're going to get this eye. We're going to get this eye seen about.
Yeah. So the music has stopped. There's no more lights.
The music just stopped as soon as the eyes tabbed. Like the soundtrack cuts out.
It's a record scratch.
It kind of stopped as soon as you tied the guy to the arrow. Let's be honest.
The magic died.
The day the music died.
It turns out he was the DJ.
Yeah.
You continue back, and
I take the tortoise home with me, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Make an animal handling check for me.
Oh, good. What's my plus animal handling? 0. Okay, so that's going to be 14.
Yeah. He only rolled 11 on his hate check, so your affection outweighs his hate.
I never said anything about affection.
Where's the hate stat? I gotta know. I gotta figure out what my hate stat is.
Yeah, that sounds like a very important goblin stat.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the turtle probably got a 10 because I feel like the turtles would have a negative in hate.
That's true.
But plus, you did correct your mistake and wipe the acid.
I did wipe the acid off of him. It's true. Yeah. I never meant to hit him with the acid. Unfortunately, he's the only one I hit with the acid.
Yeah.
But you kind of carry.
I was gonna say, we goblins are no strangers to collateral damage.
Yeah. It's kind of the name of the game.
This is a very heavy turtle, so how do you walk it back?
Very carefully.
I love how you're not helping your one-eyed comrade. You're carrying
he's fine.
the turtle.
Yeah. No, I've got him like on my loped over my shoulder, just like full on carrying the whole thing.
Or just like holding him on your back, just like hunched over.
Yes, it's that one.
He's giving a turtle a piggyback ride.
Yes, the turtle back. Oh my god, he can protect my back while I carry him. It'll be great.
I had to restart my audio just now because it's 11, so my timer went off.
Oh yeah, it's like bedtime.
That's all right.
Yeah. So you make your way back towards your wonderful home of Mawcrag Cave. It's been your home for as long as you've been alive. You grew up there. You killed your first animal there. You ate your first animal there. You killed your first goblin there. You ate your first goblin there. A lot of eating and killing now that you think about it. But if you could...
10 goblins.
Oh, yeah. If you could go back and really reflect on your favorite memory, what do you think Osnick's and Weehawk's favorite memories would be of Mawcrag Cave?
The day I found explosive powder.
Right now, Weehawk's fondest memory is of about 45 minutes ago when he still had 2 working eyes. He's really hung up about the whole eye thing right now, is what I'm going to say.
It's a real eyesore.
You're fired.
As you make your way back and you hear the stream that you always hear when you walk back because it flows through the middle of the cave, and it kind of... that sound reminds you of home. And as you walk home, something feels terribly off. Normally some guards greet you or throw pebbles at you or try to mess with you or something, but that hasn't happened yet. No one's even popped out to scare you. In front of the cave, everything seems to kind of be normal, but you just see one goblin standing there very still. His back turned towards you, just peering inside the cave.
Greg, you good?
What's going on in there, Greg? What's the scuttlebutt, buddy?
He does not move. You kind of just see him shake.
Greg? And I kind of walk up towards him.
It's like wave my hand in front of his face.
You realize this to be your good friend Greg. He's like, "Oh my gosh, guys, I didn't know you were alive." They're horrifying.
Well, of course we're alive. I mean, he lost an eye, but like, wait,
Oh my gosh! Did they get to you too?
Wait, who?
Focus,
who?
Greg. What's going on?
Monsters.
Monsters.
Horrific, barbaric monsters.
Tall boys.
Tall boys. I never saw them in real life. Not till today.
The stories are true.
They killed Killiam.
Oh no.
They just
Nothing.
straight up took acid and put it on his face and laughed about it like it was funny.
I look away when he mentions the acid.
He throws up a little bit in his mouth.
Weehawk just shakes his head.
And now they're in there. They
there?
killed Kill and Killy. And he kind of, like, he still's not moved from his position, but he kind of motions over to behind the bush, and you see, like, a limp goblin foot laying out.
Oh no. Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
You know what we do best?
Go ahead.
We get revenge.
Okay. Did you just wink?
If there's one thing we know how to do, it's get back and get even.
Gotcha.
Especially
He like
for those
pulls
tall
it.
boys.
He pulls his necklace of elf ears out. And he's like, "All right, Osnick, let's add to the trophy wall."
Let's get him.
Can I stay out here, guys? I've seen a lot today.
I mean, I have a feeling Weehawk would like to see more than he does.
Before you even finish your sentence, he just dashes away.
Oh, okay. Well, good to see you, Greg.
No response.
We always just mumbling to himself as they enter the cave. So he's like, "I swear, if they got to Bim, I'm gonna be so mad."
Absolutely. So you enter in, and the first room is to your right, and you know it well. It's actually where you keep all the wolves, all your wolf buddy and wolf friends.
Wolf friend.
You do hear some low growling coming from that area. Further ahead, veering up to the left, right over, there's a little bridge that crosses over the stream and goes towards your living quarters. And then further on down, you get to where Ferbert's office is.
Ferbert, what a good name.
Is Ferbert in his office?
Oh, no. You can't see from here.
Okay.
It is where
We're
his
just
office
going in that
resides.
direction.
Yeah.
So you're like walking down a hallway. Wolf's chambers right here. Living quarters kind of down a hallway on your left, and then if you just continue straight down, you'll eventually hit Ferbert's.
Well, I feel like we definitely want some wolf allies if there's tall boys about.
Yeah, I think that's a good first stop.
You hear wolves growling, and you also hear some whining as you walk in and see just the splayed out body of one of your wolves.
No.
Precious.
Garbage.
No, not garbage. Not garbage. Precious.
Those big folk.
You know him as Gary Jr. He was Gary's old wolf, and he loved him very much. He ate many dinners with Gary, and honestly, it's kind of the last thing you had to remember Gary by, so it kind of sucks.
Oh man. Well, Gary and Gary Jr. they both took
Not
his.
Gary Jr.
Not him too. He was too young.
Do these big folk know no end to their dastardly deeds?
We've all heard the stories of the big folk.
There are a number of wolves left, but you can kind of tell they're a little bit riled up.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try and calm them down.
Make a
as he does that, I just like open the pen.
make an animal handling check with disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, I got a 7.
Okay. So one is really not calming down, but one is. So of the two that are left, one's kind of in the right headspace. The other one kind of needs a break.
Yeah, they're super hyped. Yeah.
But here's the way we're going to do it with these, and just because there's a lot going on and I did not plan out super well, we're going to treat the goblin, the wolf, he can give you advantage on attacks. And he recharges on a 5 or 6, so you can roll it every turn.
So we're just gonna do some pack tactics, basically.
Yeah, basically. And what's the wolf's name?
I was about to say Gary Jr.
No.
Gary Jr.
Gary Jr.'s son,
Gary Jr. having previously been the alpha of the pack.
We'll call this wolf. Call him Grim.
Grim. Fantastic. So
Yeah, Grim.
once a round, Grim can give you advantage, and then it recharges on a 5 or a 6.
Sweet.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
I'm gonna let you guys be in charge of
All
that
right,
one.
now if I...
Yep.
Okay. Now, if I were a big folk, which direction would I go?
Up.
That makes sense. It's smart. It's just like... Just still like holding
just one eye gone.
Just like squeezed closed.
Walks into the to the door, but like only makes it to like half the door.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Have you tried casting Cure Wounds on yourself yet?
I have not. I guess I could. I will, while we're prepping, I'm going to try and cast Cure Wounds on this eye.
yeah. So roll whatever you normally roll for Cure Wounds in terms of like recovery.
In terms of healing?
I believe it is a D8, but let me check.
I thought it was a D6. Let me check.
It's D8 plus spellcasting ability modifier, so D8 plus 1 for me.
All right, you do.
Wow, that's a hot 2.
It does dull the pain, but you feel in your socket, and your socket is still a socket.
Alas.
Great.
I'm sorry, it's not not a restorative spell, unfortunately.
It was not meant to be.
Yeah, restoration.
It is at least better to have some hit points back. I guess I'm gonna check and see if I can tell which way the big folk went.
Follow the carnage.
Make a survival check for me.
Survival check. Man, that is an 8.
Honestly,
now I can't roll out of the single digits. So.
You know,
you started hot.
Tracking is an acquired skill, and you practiced it.
One that he has.
But tracking with one eye...
Yeah, literally my job.
Tracking with one eye is significantly harder. So no, you're not able to really tell. And the sound of rushing water does not help your focus.
Yeah, I want to head straight to the office.
Straight to the office?
Yeah, I think that's the best place to start with no other information.
Absolutely. So, as you pass by the living quarters, you hear something of a scuffle go down there, but you also hear something of a scuffle come down by the office. So you're walking down, hear something to your left, and something still in front of you. But you march forward, and it's almost like you're walking into an Errol Flynn film. You just hear like pa-ting, 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 pa-ting. And
right.
Like seeing flashes of lights go on. Clearly there's something going down here and you don't think it's a rave.
Alas.
And as you walk into the opening where there's kind of room for... there's a swimming area and kind of a heated spring where, Ferbert kind of has the opportunity to relax. Normally this is a place of great joy and merriment. But, gentlemen, right now I say nay, nay. It is not a place of merriment. As you see one collapsed figure on the floor, kind of leaning, and then several others just kind of splattered about. Your green friends. Friends you've known since goblinhood.
No.
Friends like...
I like the sound of that splattered.
Yeah, splattered is a really unfortunate word here.
It really is. And you look down and you're like, oh my gosh. It's Jerry.
Not Jerry.
You realize Jerry because he has the Jello tattoo he got as a gag a few years back, but he still has it. And you realize a great battle is taking place, and it's still going on. There's one big one kind of just leaning against the wall, clutching his stomach, who kind of seems done for now, but you kind of eye him and you're not quite sure. And then there's another one, even bigger and taller and buffer, charging at Ferbert, and
Ferbert!
he's like, "Hey guys!" And as he turned towards you, you see him go, "Oh!"
Oh no! We distracted him.
And as he turned towards you, the sword of the big one just plunges into his stomach.
Oh no! Ferbert, no, I'm sorry.
No, not Ferbert.
Ah, I love you guys. Ah.
Oh, there goes Ferbert.
And he collapses on a
man.
heap on the ground.
Well, I guess I'm the chieftain now.
Actually, technically, the guy who killed him is. So that guy in front of you is technically your chieftain, but formalities.
can't-
Well, that just means we're gonna have to be the guys that kill him. So.
We gotta kill the killers. Yep. I shoot the guy that looks like he's rough off.
All right. Roll me an attack real fast.
Yeah. Let's see. Do I shoot him? I don't. I shoot next to him.
All right. He turns around. He looks both of you dead in the eyes and just goes.
Hi.
And
I can speak common if that's what he's speaking.
Yeah, same.
you know what? For flavor, I know you do, and I kind of want to keep it as a bit of a reveal. But you speak common goblin,
Okay.
not common human. So in fact,
Okay.
you do not. I just thought it'd be.
We just
You just hear and it is the most
fair enough.
annoying sound you've ever heard. Like the rave was
shoot him.
annoying.
Ah, shut
Like
up.
you
Shoot him in the face.
You would attend the biggest Sprite rave instead of listen
Over
to
the
this
sound.
guy utter another sentence.
Shoot him! Shoot him right in his gob.
He comes at you with the
Yeah,
sword as you all roll for initiative.
Wow.
Well, unless you're trying to
That's
avoid
a-
confrontation.
Yeah, no, I tried to shoot him.
Not in this case, no.
16.
That is a 22.
Holy cow. Why do you have all the good, like, the important rolls that are bad? and all
We're
the,
back, boys.
Yeah.
I mean, not the roll that kept me from losing an eye, but you know,
Yeah, see, that seems like the important one, but, you know.
He
I
marches
would call
towards
that
you.
the most important one.
He marches towards you.
I go towards who?
He marches towards you, but
Which one? Which one of us?
I imagine you guys are just standing side by
We're
side.
both
so-
standing next to each other.
Yeah, but which one's he going
Yeah.
to?
Well, he doesn't arrive because it's still it's Weehawk's turn first, so he's coming at you
Ah.
basically is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
He coming.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I killed
I'm gonna
him.
use
Oh,
my bonus
cool.
action. I'm gonna use my bonus action to Hunter's Mark him.
Heck yeah.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Wait, do we want to Hunter's Mark
Right
that
in
one,
it.
or do we want to Hunter's Mark the other one? The one that looks less worse
Well,
off?
the other one's half dead against the wall, so not worried about needing extra damage against him. So I'm gonna Hunter's Mark him. And I'm gonna shoot an arrow right at his dumb, big, giant, way too big face.
His head's probably smaller than ours, to be honest. But
You don't have to tell him that. And that is a 21.
That will hit.
Woo! Spicy.
And when I hit, we're gonna mark him as my favorite foe, my marked target. Let's see how it does. First time on each of your turns that you hit. So does that include the turn that I hit him? The turn that I mark him? I'm just gonna say no, cause that. I mean, I wish it did, but it doesn't seem like it would.
No.
We'll do some research.
Yeah.
If you just marked him, I'd be apt to say no, but I don't know.
Yeah, my default
Yeah.
is no.
So we're gonna Hunter's Mark. So D8. So that's 8 plus 1d6 for Hunter's Mark. So that's 4 plus
Whoa.
my attack bonus, which is plus 4 from dexterity. So that's 16.
Jeez.
And you know what? We're just gonna throw in Fury of the Small too. So
Heck yeah.
add another 2 on top of that for 18 damage.
Jeez.
Are you kidding?
Because I am small and furious.
Small and mighty.
Well, he had 16 hit points.
You put an arrow right through his eye.
I put an arrow directly through the same eye that I'm currently missing.
You do that, and he kind of drops
just-
down to the ground. Holy...
I just walk up and kick him in the face.
That's for Gary.
You just hear from the other side of the room. Yeah, and so there's really only 3 living beings in this room right now, but there are probably like 12 bodies.
Does that make you the chieftain now?
Oh, are you asking me or him?
He's like
Both.
me. He's like Weehawk is too busy seething to answer your question right now.
You're just kicking the face and just like getting more and more blood and just kind of slowly smashing it down. It's like
I'm just like kicking the arrow further into it.
Yikes.
just into a cherry pie. This is the extended like director's cut for our.
Yeah, this is the unrated version.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the pilot. This is the unrated pilot.
Oh yeah, but he is deader than dead.
Yeah, sounds like.
And you're kind of.
Look
If we
towards
had
the other guy.
if we had doornails here, he would be as dead as one.
Yeah, I looked to the other one that was on the wall and just kind of scream at him.
You just hear a. "Ah!"
Screams are universal.
And he points his wand at you.
No,
And
no.
he just waves it. And you hear, "Oh my gosh! Please, no! Don't hurt me!"
Oh, I can understand you now.
Oh, thank goodness it worked. Oh my gosh! You killed him! You really killed
Yeah,
him!
do you see how many goblins you killed?
Well, I mean, you guys attacked us first.
I wasn't here.
How do I know that?
Neither was I.
You look just like that one.
He's missing an eye.
I guess that's fair. I don't think I've seen you before.
I've got extra long ears.
You know, he kind of tilts his head.
I shoot him.
Oh. Roll an attack.
That's gonna be 17.
Oh, well, that'll hit. He's a little wizard. Roll for damage.
Yeah, that's gonna be 11.
Yeah, his face just explodes. Because he was a wizard with like 2 health left.
Ow.
Yeah, he had 3 health. Yeah.
He was severely wounded.
Yep. And
Now who attacked first?
When they asked
run
who
up and
shot
kick
first,
him,
the
too.
answer was Osnick.
you survey the scene, and it's pretty grim.
Yeah.
Again, dead bodies just
Speaking of
everywhere.
Grim, we totally forgot we had Grim with us.
Oh yeah, where's Grim? Yeah.
Grim's just like standing like 10 feet behind you guys, just like tail between his legs, like, what in the world?
That poor guy.
That being said, Ferbert's office is now yours to peruse,
And yours to claim.
and yours to claim. However, it's going to be pretty hard to vote for a new chief. I mean, it's probably going to be a 50-50 tie unless you guys disagree. Unless you guys agree.
Well, here's what I'll say. If you ever get your eye back, you can be chief. Until you get your eye back, I'm taking that.
Fair enough.
And you get used to life starting a new tribe with
Wow.
all your friends slain.
You and me. We need to find a female goblin and rebuild the tribe.
Oh, man. Well, again, I'm sorry. That was a little bit rough on my part.
No, that was fun.
No. Yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed it.